Use magnitudes rounded to 3 decimal places of the 100 earthquakes included in the accompanying data set to construct a frequency distribution. The magnitudes are measured on the Richter scale. We're going to use a class width of 0.5 and begin with a lower class limit of 1.0. Does the frequency distribution appear to be a normal distribution? So we're starting with 1.0 as the lower class limit. We know the class width is 0.5. So that means the next lower class limit is 1.5. And then this is 2.0, 2.5, 3.0, 3.5, 4.0, and then 4.5. Okay, now it says we want to now find out what are the upper limits. Now before we put the upper limits, we need to look at our data because it's saying that it's rounded to 3 decimal places. And since it's rounded to 3 decimal places, we see that all of our data is rounded to 3 decimal places. So that means our upper limit of the first class is going to be 1.499. Now if you add 0.5 to that, that becomes 1.999. And if you want, you can do that on a calculator as well. So that means if you're going to take 1.999 and then add 0.5, that's going to give you 2.499. And then this one's going to be 2.999. And then the next one's going to be 3.499. And then this one's going to be 3.999. And then this next one is going to be 4.499, and then the last one's going to be 4.999. Okay, so again, you can add 0.5 to each one of these numbers, whether it's on your calculator or in your head. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to construct a frequency distribution of this data. So we're going to go ahead and click on this information, and then we're going to open up this data into StatCrunch. Okay. So now that we open up this data in the StatCrunch, here's our data. We're going to go to Stat. We're going to go to Tables and select Frequency. We're going to select our column as VAR1, and then we want our frequency. Now we're going to scroll down to here. You see where it says Bin Numerical Values. We're going to put where we're starting at. We're starting at 1.0. So we're going to put 1.0, and then what is the class width? Well, the class width is 0.5. Now let's go ahead and select Compute. Now we have our frequency distribution. So from this, we have 2, 11, 34. So there's 2, 11, and then 34. And then we have 26, 20, and 5. So we have 26, 20, 5, and then the last ones are 1s. So let's go ahead and check to make sure we are correct. Check our answer, and we are correct. Okay, now it says, does the frequency distribution appear to be a normal distribution? Now, if you take a look, it starts low, kind of increases, keeps increasing, and then it's going back to low, and therefore there is our results. So in this scenario, we're going to say that the frequency distribution is very, very likely not a normal distribution. We cannot say definitely, we cannot say reasonably. And the reason why is normal distribution is because the frequencies start low, they increase, and then they decrease, but are not roughly symmetric. So we check our answer, and there is our result.